Welcome to LFC Transfer Hub. Virgil van Dijk makes Andy Robertson Liverpool exit feelings clear as Tottenham talks continue. Second news is Wataru Endo issues response after unexpected Liverpool call, really difficult. Third news is Harvey Elliott back in Aston Villa squad as Liverpool loanee handed lifeline. Now details. Virgil van Dijk says he wants Andy Robertson to stay at Liverpool as talks remain ongoing with Tottenham Hotspur over a potential move before the end of the January transfer window. Robertson had been in negotiations with Liverpool over a new contract before the surprise advance from Spurs earlier this week. The two clubs are now locked in discussions with no decision made as of yet. The Reds recognise and respect their vice-captain's decorated service he has given to the club across the past 8.5 years, and it's understood the Scotland captain wants to play regular first-team football ahead of a first World Cup since 1998 for his nation later this year. Club captain Van Dijk says he has spoken with his deputy about the situation and wants to see the long-serving left-back remain on Merseyside for the remainder of the campaign at least. "Of course I speak to him," Van Dijk said. "I speak to him every day, he's my vice-captain. Robbo is a very important member of our team and I want him to stay, but whatever happens, let's see. Do I expect him to be here on Wednesday for the Qarabag game? That's not on me, is it? Let's speak about my best memories of him when a move happens." Dijk was speaking after Liverpool's 13-game unbeaten sequence came to an end via a 3-2 defeat at Bournemouth. Amin Adli scored with the last kick of the game after the Reds had responded to goals from Evanilson and Alex Jimenez through the skipper's header and a Dominic Szoboszlai free kick. The setback was a potentially sizable one in their aims of securing a place in next season's Champions League, and Van Dijk admits tiredness played a factor after a 3-0 Champions League win at Marseille earlier in the week. The centre-back added, "What can explain tiredness? What do you think? Last season we did not have many injuries. Look at the last line in the last minutes of the game, that says quite a lot. Tiredness, yeah. Listen, they created chances because we were very open at times. If you then don't make the right decision in possession, you can get counter-attacked. I don't start to worry personally about the top 4 race, but the matter of fact is about what we do in the week. We are trying to find consistency and we still don't have it. That is something we need to focus on. We played Bournemouth, who are very intense. When we only have myself and Wataru Endo as the last two, if we lose the ball then there is a lot of space. We are having a difficult season in terms of ups and downs, but now we have an opportunity on Wednesday to qualify for the top 8 of the Champions League. That is our target, but today is tough to take. It was tough. I'm disappointed. The first goal I take full responsibility for that, even though it was a very difficult ball to judge. In the second half we tried to do that. The second goal, we can all speak and say we should have kicked the ball out, we should have done this, but to concede like that puts ourselves in a position where we have to work even harder than ever. It was good that we scored before halftime, but we fought so hard in the second half, but did not create very big chances. We came in promising positions and eventually scored an equaliser, but the throw-in the end, it is difficult to take. First half up until the first goal, I don't think there was anything wrong in my feeling. The 1-0 and 2-0 in a very short space of time was a big blow. You have to fight back and be very strong mentally. Goal before half-time helped, it gave us a big push. Second half we were obviously pushing a lot. We could not create open, big clear-cut chances. They created bigger chances because we were wide open at times trying to score our goal. That is the situation. Thing is, that is part and parcel. In the good times these things happen as well, the other side of it. I am just as involved as everyone else. Today as well, unfortunately. I will always take that responsibility. Today is difficult because you lose in a difficult season already. We have to turn that feeling around as quickly as possible to get the job done on Wednesday. That is the life. Last Wednesday we had a lot of praise, team and personal, and everything was all good. Today, the flip side, all the other things will be mentioned because it's the life we live. We have to take responsibility, and I will definitely take responsibility. Second news is Wataru Endo issues response after unexpected Liverpool call, really difficult. Wataru Endo believes Liverpool demonstrated their fighting qualities by coming back from behind at Bournemouth before the devastating late blow that sent them tumbling to defeat. But the Japan international admits having to cope with a difficult moment after being unexpectedly thrust into action at centre-back before the interval. Goals from Virgil van Dijk and Dominic Szoboszlai drew the Reds level after a quickfire first-half Cherries brace before the home team snatched a 3-2 Premier League victory with the last kick of the match on Saturday evening, and Endo said, "It's a result we are disappointed about. I think the second half was good after we had gone 2-0 down, but in the last 10 minutes both teams had chances to score, and in the last moment they scored unfortunately. The way we came back was great and we showed ourselves. I'm just disappointed about the ending. We want to win at the end. We knew it was going to be a difficult game given the weather. I think we defended better in the second half, except for the last moment. After I came in we defended okay. Endo's 55-minute outing was his second longest in the Premier League under Arne Slot, having only recently returned from an ankle problem. With Ibrahima Koné absent on compassionate leave and Giovanni Liani out for the season, the 32-year-old was introduced at centre-back after Joe Gomez was accidentally injured by Alisson Becker when attempting to prevent Evanilson from opening the scoring, and was on the touchline waiting to come on with Liverpool down to 10 men when Alejandro Jimenez doubled Bournemouth's lead. And speaking to LFC TV, Endo said, "It was a really difficult moment. Joey got injured and they scored the second one and we had to go more offensively, and I had to come in at the back. For a few moments I've done good, and up until scoring the second I thought mine and the team performance was okay, but we wanted the win." Third news is Harvey Elliott back in Aston Villa squad as Liverpool loanee handed lifeline. Harvey Elliott has been handed a lifeline at Aston Villa after being named in Unai Emery's Premier League squad for the first time in more than 3 months. Elliott, who has been linked with both a return to Liverpool and a transfer to Major League Soccer this month, has been named on the bench for Sunday's game against Newcastle at St James Park. The midfielder arrived in Birmingham on a season-long deal at the start of September, with Villa having an obligation to make that deal permanent at the end of the campaign. Yet it later transpired that Villa would only need to do that if he made 10 appearances. Elliott played 5 times for Villa before being frozen out by Emery. His most recent Premier League appearance came during the 3-1 win against Fulham on September 28, while his last outing was against Feyenoord in the Europa League on October 2. Since then, he's only made the bench 5 times. The last time he was in a Premier League matchday squad was for the 2-1 win at Tottenham on October 19. Reports suggested there was some discrepancy between Liverpool and Villa over the terms of Elliott's transfer. It was claimed that Villa would have to pay Liverpool £35 million, $47.4 million, at the end of the season once the player reached 10 appearances. Elliott's return to the matchday squad suggests Villa and Liverpool may have revised their agreement. But his return may also be down to Villa's mounting injury crisis, with John McGinn, Babacar Kamara and Ross Barkley all ruled out of Sunday's game. If Liverpool and Villa have revised their transfer agreement, it's unclear at this stage what those new terms may be. Elliott's move to Villa was supposed to kickstart his career. The 22-year-old was looking to play regular Premier League soccer for the first time in his career after making 149 appearances for Liverpool as a squad player under Jurgen Klopp and Arne Slot. The Englishman enjoyed significant success at Anfield and became a popular figure after winning several trophies, including last season's Premier League title. Yet it was difficult for him to break into Liverpool's starting XI, with so much talent available to Slot. Elliott's stock was at an all-time high last summer after helping England win the U21 Euros for the second time in 3 years. He was named as the player of the tournament, but the move to Villa Park hasn't worked out, at least not yet.